This is not gonna be easy. It's hard. I still trust, though. I know it's gonna be good. It's just sad. Okay, so wish I didn't have to make this video, but my year here at St. Therese is ending prematurely because of coronavirus, and we all have to go home. Yeah, it's a little bit tough to accept, but I still have hope. I still have faith and trust that whatever God has next is it's gonna be good. Well, I'm back at the studio. This is where I'm living. I'm still unpacking my stuff here. This is insane. Literally, it feels like just yesterday I was here in my room discerning St. Therese and thinking about how crazy it is that the Lord is calling me to go there. And literally feels like yesterday. I was packing up my stuff, leaving this place, and now here I am unpacking my stuff again. And I did my whole time at St. Therese. Like it's over. I'm so grateful for that entire time. It was an incredible blessing, and I will make more videos on it just to discuss it, because it was life-changing. It's transforming, and I know the Lord has transformed me in so many ways that I don't even realize. So I'm excited to share more of that with you guys. But I wanted to talk about just this whole situation and kind of how I'm approaching this and what to do when your entire life gets turned upside down. Well, firstly, just everything that is happening right now, I'm sure in your life is absolutely crazy, but I have a lot of trust, and I'm excited for what the Lord has in store for me next. And you should be too. These are exciting times to be living in. The whole, like, what is happening right now with this coronavirus is just, it's insane. It's nothing we've ever seen before, and it's changing the world in radical ways. It is leading to a lot of suffering, a lot of sacrifice, but it's hard. Like, it was hard to detach myself from St. Therese and to realize that it's not going to end the way I pictured it. But this is where trusting God and just thy will be done comes in. And it was really hard. Like, I had a moment, I remember just weeping for it. Because it was just it's a death to self in a sense. And it's okay to cry about things, to weep it out. I knew, this is the first time I understood, when Jesus wept for Lazarus in the scriptures, and then it says he wept, but he still knew that he was going to raise him from the dead and knew everything would be fine. Like, I never understood that. It's like, why would you weep over Lazarus when you know you're just going to raise him from the dead in like 5 minutes? But it was the first time I was able to understand what that meant. And weeping over this and crying about it, I knew that the Lord was weeping with me in that. And it didn't make me have any less trust or any less faith in God or any less excitement for what he had next, because I know I always underestimate what God has in store for me next. And sometimes you just gotta cry it out and have that death to self in the form of tears. A powerful moment for me was I saw my dad and I just embraced him and cried in his arms. That it is hard, it is. But honestly, I'm just so excited and so pumped for what's next, because I trust that this is what the Lord is permitting, so that good can come out of this. I feel for all the people who are really being affected by this, And it's just, I'm being led to so much more gratitude for everything I have and how I'm still going to be provided for in this whole situation, and that I have a place to live here at the studio. I'm going to be able to eat, I have food. You know, I don't have to worry about that. My family's close by. It was hard at first to adjust to such a quick life change, but the only thing you can do when your life gets turned upside down is to just trust in the Lord that He's leading you. Surrender it all to Him and just do the next right thing. Just do the duty of the moment, essentially. When I had to leave St. Therese, I had to literally take it one step at a time. That was all I could do. It was just, I had to just do the next right thing. And the next right thing for me in one moment was to just pack up my stuff. And the next right thing was to just say goodbye to everybody. And then I had to go drive to the studio here and unpack my stuff. Then the next right thing was to get some sleep. Sleep helps a lot. And then the next right thing was to start unloading my stuff, setting up my space here. I'm still in the process of doing that. But yeah, that's all I could do, and that's all you can do at times when it's really hard and you have so much uncertainty of what's going to happen in the next even couple days. And I encourage you guys to do the same. The more you break it down into just what you have to do in each tiny little moment, and you just do that and take one step at a time, trusting the Lord that He will continue to guide you and lead you to where you need to be. And I believe that 100%, that the Lord is leading me, and He's calling me to do something new, and that this is a new season in my spiritual life. And I could sense it even the week prior to knowing that we had to leave. And it was neat knowing that. I could sense that the Lord was starting to guide me to a new season in my spiritual journey, a new season of integration of all that I've learned at St. Therese. So I'm excited to talk about that more. So guys, have hope. Do not lose your trust and faith in God. Like, it is insane, the fact that I couldn't receive Jesus in the Eucharist yesterday on Sunday, or go to Sunday Mass for the first time in pretty much my entire life. Like, it's just hard to even imagine, but it's leading to just a new birth and radical changes in the world, and a greater appreciation for our priests for receiving Jesus in the Eucharist, and a new encounter with the Lord. Like yesterday, I was able to watch the Mass and participate in a new way. So I watched the Mass that Father Mike did online. I suggest you guys go watch it and participate in the Mass through it. It's actually amazing how you still feel like you're celebrating the Mass and you're just not able to receive Jesus in the Eucharist, which leads to a different encounter with Christ. And so instead I did spiritual communion, which is something I may talk about, but just to be spiritually united with Christ in a special way, even though you're not able to receive Jesus physically. When there's times of extreme sacrifice, extreme change, extreme suffering, there are times of extreme new birth and a regeneration, a revival of something else, and so much good comes out of it. If you look at the history of the church and what's happened, whenever there is a down point, there's always something, a resurrection on the other side. So in these times, it's an insane amount of opportunity, and I want to challenge you guys to a couple things. The first thing, do not waste this time. This is incredible how much time everybody has. Their whole schedules are completely wiped up free. And don't waste this time. Like, just think of all the time you could to learn new skills, learn a new language, practice your hobbies, your passions. Just do things you're passionate about. Learn, read more books. And just don't waste it on an overconsumption of media, of watching too many TV shows, too many movies. This is an amazing time we have and the Lord is giving us. And so use the time you have wisely. Use it to spend more time in prayer and more time in silence, to listen to the voice of the Lord and be able to recognize Him, to recognize His voice and recognize where He's working in your life in a better way, just through spending more time with Him. Have longer prayer times. Pray for the situation of the coronavirus. So yeah, that would be my first one. Do not waste this time. Use your time wisely. Exercise more. Do home workouts. Still keep active. If you want, call more people. Call people you haven't called or talked to in a while, and connect with them online that you just normally wouldn't have time to talk to. Call your grandparents, call good friends, and just talk to them. connect with them. It's just literally, the possibilities are endless. You just have so much time. So I'm super excited for that. I've been planning so much stuff, and one of those things is be able to make more YouTube videos and spend more time with that, because I know that it's definitely a call I'm feeling drawn towards, is to put more time and attention into YouTube and making more videos and building this community. The second thing I want to challenge you guys is take this seriously. This is not a joke, this coronavirus and this how it's spreading so fast. And if you just look at what has happened in other countries and you see what's happening in Canada, I don't know exactly the stats now, but we're on the same path that they're going, and the situation's not good. So take this seriously. It's an act of love to do your isolation if you need to do isolation, and just take that time to grow closer to the Lord and spend more time in silence. And if you have to, like, it's okay to watch a movie and relax a little bit. Just use that. When else are you gonna have that time to do that? It is exciting. But take it seriously. Really know how and why germs are spreading. It's an act of love. Wash your hands for 20 seconds. Wash them really well, and wash them often. Try not to touch your face. All these things. I will link down a neat video I watched. You may have watched it. It's a very popular video, but just on how germs spread, to see it clearly of what's going on. So yeah, this is not a joke, and the fact that the church is taking this so seriously as well, and we're called by the Holy Father to not mess around with this, as an act of love, take time in isolation and take this seriously, and not having a lot of social contact and doing your social distancing, because this is serious. And even though you may be healthy and it's not going to bother you if you do get sick for 2 weeks and whatever, but you're going to spread the disease if you get it. So do your best and do everything you can to remain healthy and to not allow you to be a contagion or to spread this disease and make the whole situation worse, and potentially make it worse for people who are worried for their life, like the elderly and the little babies. I have a new niece who's just born 2 months ago, and it's dangerous. So I'm really trying to do my best to take this seriously and practice social distancing. But in all of this, to not get discouraged, to do your best and do all you can to be prepared, and to stay knowledgeable, and just to remain calm, because I have a lot of trust in the Lord in whatever His will is. So I'm going to do all I can in what I'm asked to do, and be obedient to how we should approach this whole situation. But in no way is it leading to fear or anxiety, because I trust that the Lord is gonna provide for me. So get super grounded and stay grounded in the truth that the Lord loves you. He wants what's best for you. He knows what's best for you, and He will always provide for you no matter what. So just accept what the Lord is giving you in each moment. Have hope. Be excited. These are cool times. It's funny, my family's super optimistic about this. My mom is she's loving it. She honestly is. She's just loving the changes that are happening, and seeing more families spending time together, and how people have to slow down, take a break. So she's excited for all the opportunities this is providing, and she's remaining in trust in the Lord. And she honestly still thinks we have too much comforts, which is true in a lot of ways. People won't change their ways until they start being stripped away from their comforts at times. You don't have to suppress the sadness and the hard sacrifices that have to be made. You can still have that, but still have faith. Okay, well, that was a pretty long discussion. I'm excited to make more content and start putting more attention and time into my YouTube channel and building this community. So thank you so much for watching. And if you think somebody else should hear this video, or it'd be good for somebody else to hear, please share this video and share this channel with your friends. Tell them to subscribe, because there's lots more coming. Okay, well, that is it, guys. Continue to seek the truth, and remember that living for God is the greatest adventure. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.